So we got a crazy video for you today. Whatever day you watching this, but it's a crazy video. But what we got is a situation with R. Kelly, and y'all know that surviving R. Kelly documentary, there was two main stories that caught everybody like crazy, and those are two girls, Azriel Curry and the other girl whose name is slipping my mind right now. Y'all know I'm talking about, the Savage girl, yeah, the Savage girl, whatever. But the one thing that always came from the situation, there was so many people saying the parents should be charged too, because they pimp they daughters to R. Kelly, understanding that he likes younger women. So many people have been saying the parents need to be charged too. The parents need to be charged too. And here we have today some alleged text messages that's coming out from Azriel Clary's mother. We have Azriel Clary's mother saying cap. We got Azriel's mother, Azriel Clary's sister saying cap too. We got everybody talking about all this stuff. Me, I'm just here to present this information to you and have a conversation. I'm not moving here, no there. My thing is, it is known that R. Kelly has a weakness for young chicks. That's what it is. That is what it is. It ain't my life. I wouldn't want him around none of my youngest. And if it's against the law, you get caught. It is what it is. You gotta do your time for what you get caught for against the law. So I ain't trying to have that fight with y'all. That's not me. But I'm just doing my job and presenting you with some shit that I think y'all might be interested in seeing. So what I want you guys to do is bear with me, because this is gonna be kind of different from my usual subscribers where I'm fast paced with editing. It's gonna be more slower paced with everything as far as I'm putting things down, because I'm preparing y'all that we're gonna start doing streams and stuff in the future. So be prepared for the pacing to be slower than usual, but let's get into it. So I have a couple of tabs pulled up from several different outlets that put these things together. Shout out to the Shade Room Neighborhood Talk. Y'all know people really be into this shit all day. But I want to, have this conversation that relates to us fellas and the ladies out there. This kind of relates to everybody, but it's a very interesting thing, because we're going to figure out or discuss amongst ourselves. We never know the truth. Did this mother set her daughter up? Did she pimp a damn daughter? All right, so this headline right here reads, text message exchanges between R. Kelly's ex-girlfriend Azriel Clary and mother Elise Carey put on a show, dance and grab his hand, shimmy, wiggle, sit on his lap, entice him. So that's like the things that the mother was texting the daughter to do, allegedly. All right, so this right here says Jane. So they're saying Jane. They're not giving a clear name. They're saying Jane as far as Azriel Clary, okay? All right, so it says Jane's mother gave Jane some final advice before she sent the daughter to meet defendant who believed Jane to be 18 years old. Okay, so be prepared to sing 3 songs. He said he would meet you and listen to your song. Please take your glasses off, hair to the side. Mama's knows best, pretty hurts. And third, your choice, don't yell. Put on a show, dance, grab his hand, shimmy, wiggle, sit on his lap, entice him. While singing, it's all about performance. This your chance and opportunity, don't blow it. Jane's mother even told Jane not to look grown, emphasis added. Take off the ugly ass lipstick. I told you he don't want you to be grown. I told you to keep hair curly. That shit look a mess. You need some jeans on or shorts. You trying to look grown. He wanted you because you look young and innocent. That's what he want. Not a little girl trying to be grown. You're a damn fool. Next slide. So this is a long thing. We're not going to read all this. You can pause the screen to read it. Pause the video to read it. We're going to read what's within the red. So although defense counsel did not make much use of it, government's exhibit 233 offers powerful evidence showing that the defendant had no reason to induce, persuade, entice, or coerce Jane into going to California with him. Text messages introduced by the government show that Jane, with the guidance of her mother, enticed the defendant, who reasonably believed Jane was 18 years old, to bring her to California. In short, when Jane traveled to meet the defendant in California in April/May, she required no enticement, persuasion, or encouragement of any kind. Let's continue reading. So once again, pause it if you want to read the full screen. I've read this, but I'm going through the red part with you guys. All right. So with Jane texting, yep, he said he's staying on tour bus, but he wants to get a hotel room for just y'all, so y'all can get away from security and manager. This is the mother texting this. All right. So Jane's mother gave Jane some final advice before she sent daughter to meet defendant who believed Jane to be 18 years old. Okay. So this is the advice. This is the text message from the mother to the daughter. Be prepared. We read that part already. That's the be prepared, do the little shimmy part. We read that part already. So Defying her mother's advice to merely tease defendant, Jane engaged in sexual conduct with defendant in the hotel room. Jane stripped down to her undergarments and walked back and forth for the defendant. She later acquiesced to removing her clothes, testifying that she got on top of him backwards and he did lick my butt. Oh God, oh God. You know, that's the first time I ever read acquiesced, but I just knew what it was. Shout out to my education. They be talking shit about education down here, but shout out to my extra education. That's really come from me listening a lot to different talking people that's smart and shit. But let's read this part right here. After the sexual encounter, officers arrived at the hotel room and knocked on the door. We gotta read this part, even though it's not a red. I'm gonna get smooth. We're gonna read this part. So after engaging for Jane to meet defendant in his hotel, Jane's parents apparently called the police. Jane described defendant as nervous and anxious, asking her to confirm that she was 18 years old and she had represented. Jane testified at trial. So after the defendant looked through the peephole, he made me go into the restroom immediately and told me to get dressed. He said, "Are you 18?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "Don't lie to me." And I said, "Yes, ID." Defendant opened the door. Let's move on to the next slide. We're going to read this whole thing, all right? Because this is all very, very interesting. And the police checked Jane's identification to confirm her age before leaving. Defendant was present when police officers checked Jane's identification. Rather than calling it a night, Jane again removed her clothes and got on top of the defendant to continue their sexual activities. Now, after her first encounter with the defendant, Jane told her mother that the defendant had asked whether he could fly her to meet him. Jane told her mother, "I said, duh." Jane continued to communicate with the defendant via text messages and by phone and continued to spend time with the defendant in Orlando during normal dating activities such as seeing movies and eating out. So this is another red part. This is what they want you to focus on. So at one point, Jane's mother got frustrated with Jane for not prioritizing her music with the defendant. On April 23rd, 2015, Jane's mother texted her, "You need to let him hear your songs. Let him see a video. You trying to date the man, you need to let him see your shit." So Jane's mother continued to encourage Jane's relationship with the defendant, telling her to be a little feisty, stating he married Aaliyah because she was feisty. She didn't let him run over him. "You need to be different than the rest." Later that evening, Jane's mother texted Jane, "You are silly. That man ain't trying to do nothing with you musically. He wanted to fuck, period, because he liked young girls." Jane reassured her mother that the defendant was willing to look at her performances and was patiently waiting to look at some of her videos that her mother had emailed. Okay, sorry me. So on April 24th, 2015, after the defendant had left Orlando, Jane's mother instructed Jane, "You better be texting him so you will stay on his mind." Later that day, Jane texted her mother about flying out to see the defendant in California. Jane said, "I talked to R. Kelly." And these are the text messages. That's where it stops. Information stops. These are the text messages. Basically, we read all this already. It just was in paragraph form. You can pause the screen if you want to read that. Here goes another amount. This is another set of the text messages. Pause the screen if you want to read that one too. Boom, boom, boom. All right, here goes some more. This is a little interesting. I'll read this part too. We did not go over this. So this is Outgoing. Tell me how he gave me black undies again. This is Azriel allegedly. LMAO. You see Outgoing. So I'm right here in the middle. He's singing the whole show to me. Mom allegedly. LOL too funny. So somebody I keep saying this. Outgoing is allegedly Azriel. Incoming is allegedly Azriel's mother. Okay. For real. LMAO. This man in love. Incoming, OMG, you're gonna marry him and have his babies. LOL, my son-in-law gonna be older than me. Too dang funny. Outgoing, LMAO, Ma. Incoming, well, you better get signed first, then marry second. This girl in front of me took a video of me. Incoming, how you acting? Because she's trying to see why he's showing me so much. Probably gonna Google me, and I'm here. It's one part that's saying that I think we looked over. Because one part was very, very important. Huh. Hold on. One. You have choice. People are gonna tell you, yeah, okay. All right, so it's one part that we mixing. This part. I'm sorry for going over this. They didn't. I probably missed it in the process, but we got to read this part. This is very important. Y'all probably already paused and read it, but y'all probably want to hear my reactions to it. So This is the mom saying, already did that things. Are you going to school or push, whatever? She said both school first, then income. Okay, you joke. No, all right. This paragraph is really important. So this says, allegedly the mother said this. You need to let him know your age because he in public doing stuff because he think you have age, so he don't care. But when it come out that you're not, and you didn't tell him, he gonna look stupid and will be really mad because you will make him look like an idiot. He may not mind your age, but you need to, that need to be his decision. Don't assume. He may be hurting to see and very upset. You have him lying to people. That's not cool. Whoa. If this is truly the mother, then yes, her ass need to be arrested. If this is true, if that's really the mother saying this shit, lock her ass up. Throw away the key. She don't give it. Like, that's textbook. Pimping your daughter. Understand the circumstances. Now, probably, if you, it's overseas, they do this shit all the time. But you got to be overseas where the law is the law, and that's possible for them to pimp out their young ass daughter to some rich person with a farm or some shit. I'm sensationalizing it because I'm not from overseas. I don't know. All I see was what's going on in the movies and shit. I'm sorry if I'm inaccurate, but yeah. So if this shit was going on in a country with a government that allows this, unfortunate but fair game. This is America. That's not of the law. If this is true, then the mother should be charged. If R. Kelly gonna be charged for these things, she is aiding it. She is compliant. Not saying that R. Kelly shouldn't, but she should be as well. That's how I come with it. That's how I'm thinking about it. But if he didn't know, that's another thing. If he didn't know the age, if this is true, he didn't know the age. Admittedly from the mother. If this is true, then he probably can't be charged for that specific thing either. He can't. Not this. Not for the underage shit. He can't be charged for that in a specific situation if this was a charge. All right. Let's move on to the next set of shit we got up here. So all right, so we got the mother. So this is allegedly coming from Azriel, retweeted the mama or whatever. Azriel must want. Let me read this caption. So oops, it looks like despite the news yesterday that Azriel's mom allegedly groomed her to talk to R. Kelly, she seemingly standing 10 tones behind her. So this is Azriel standing behind her mother. And this is her retweeting, I literally don't do nothing for clout, analytics, or views. So spare us both the fake love. I do not play that shit. Retweeted. Is this a mother? I don't know. All right. So Azriel said, I only love my bed and my mama. I'm sorry. So she's agreeing. She's standing by her mother. I mean, but to be honest with y'all, she's standing with. That don't say what she did wasn't true. From this, that she went through with the mother plans. She went through with her mother's plans. She stopped fucking with her mother for whatever reason based on the documentary, but she went through with the mother's plan. So of course she gonna be saying shit. I only love my bed and my mama. I'm sorry. It don't sound nothing to throw me off, but her sister, we're gonna get into this point right here. The sister came through. Smash the like button, y'all still hang with me. The sister came through and said something. We finna pull up this and see what the sister had to say. Shout out to Shade Room for grabbing this. We finna listen to what is going on based on what the sister's gotta say. Because, you know, a man could be guilty of some crimes, but other crimes he may not be guilty of. So we finna hear it through and see what's up with this situation. Because I don't like people being taken advantage of. Even when I'm talking to my lady about some shit. If you're talking to my lady, me and my lady arguing, and I did something wrong, I'd be like, listen, be upset at me for what I did. But when she start adding on, you did this wrong, so you probably did X, Y, and Z shit too. I'm like, whoa, I ain't do all that. Let me be wrong for what I'm wrong for. Don't add all the extra shit. But the thing is, that's why you want to keep as clean as face as possible. Because once you do one thing wrong, they're going to probably think, oh, you probably did. You probably. And then they're going to throw different baits out there to come and get you. Because they think you had a soft spot for whatever mistake that you made in the past. So I just said, let's say that. Let's listen to see what the sister got to say in regards to the situation. This is once again Azriel Clary's sister saying that the messages are fabricated. Let's listen and see. Of course, she's not gonna say it's real, but I gotta refresh the screen and we're gonna hear and see what the sister's saying. Y'all bear with me.
First
Very
of all,
little
that's my
evidence.
mother. First of all, that's my mother, and I just feel like everything was kind of taken out of context. That's not what she was saying. I understand the text messages look like that, but that's chopped up and screwed. She would never portray my sister or sell my sister or anything like that.
Wait, you're
Wait,
talking
who's
about the Azriel situation?
Yeah, I'm Isis Clary. Yes.
So can you answer this for us? These text messages that are coming out in these court documents, are these real? Are these fabricated?
They definitely fabricated because my mother would never do that to my little sister. Like, I don't know where these text messages coming.
Pause. I'm sorry to cut it off, but I want y'all to peep that she said once. She said the interpretation was different from what her mother was trying to say. Now she's saying they're fabricated. So those are two different things. That's why it's not good to talk without legal representation when you're doing these type of things. But in the court of public opinion, it don't matter. It really don't matter. Let's continue listening.
From, but I totally, I put my life on it, and I stand behind my mother. My mother would never do that, and I'm the oldest. I'm 30.
Okay, because we definitely want, both sides of this story. Taking a little derail here, just a little bit, Kels. So with these text messages that are happening, is your mother completely denying that she ever sent these, or have they been changed in some way by somebody else? What's your belief?
My belief is that they was changed, and that wasn't her texting that.
Okay.
No, maybe her telling my sister to tell her age. Of course, my mother would. I would definitely stand behind my mother and say she would tell my sister to tell her age. Definitely.
So how's the relationship now, if you don't mind us asking? Between
Is it toxic?
Between all of you. Especially on the heels of this situation and still having to deal with it.
I talk to my mother every day, and so does my sister.
Okay, that's good to know.
First of all, that's my mother.
All right, so that's what we leaving off at. That's what we leaving off the situation. Hearsay. I need hardbound evidence, but it's on y'all. What y'all want to do with this information? Do y'all want to go ahead and try to pull these files and see if this is like actual court documents? Because I will think that for certain things to be entered into discovery, that the prosecution and the defense team will have to really verify certain things. I think they will go ahead and figure that out, or maybe it may be argued in court. The fact that these things are leaking is interesting to say the least. But we've seen that in these public cases that people will leak files because they really want to win the court of public opinion. Because once they find out, they're trying to, when it comes to celebrity, they're trying to get back to the closest possible thing as far as how they was living before they win it. So it makes sense to me that they're gonna throw this shit out there and let us figure out how we want to deal with this information, So even if it's real or not, that's on us to decide. And I've learned by covering so many topics and seeing so many things in the comment section, people just want to pick evidence to support their stance, and they're not going to give a damn about the verdict that's reached in court. They're not going to give a fuck. If their stance is this or that, they just want to pick and choose whatever evidence to support that shit. And it is what it is. So I just find that so interesting by society. It's so many cases that we thought once we get to a verdict, once people get to court, that we're going to really get some justice. But not all people are looking for justice. They just want to win based on whatever side they're riding with. The world is such a unique place with so many unique people, some perspectives, and all that good stuff. But I think I made through this video without doing any cuts. I might throw some things on the screen. I got a green screen on me, but I think we did a pretty good job. If y'all ready for some live streams in the future while we doing this shit, I ain't had to edit nothing. Now we still, I think I did a good job reading. I ain't saw remedial. I think I showed that I was in the classes that got you that boost your GPA when I was in high school and in college and shit. I think I showed all my education. I think I made my mom proud of this video, and my grandma. Recipes grandma. And my other grandma, she's still here. Shout out to you, grandma. Love you. Yeah. Smash the like button, subscribe new to my channel, turn on that notification bell for more updates just like this one right here. We do so much damn things on my channel. I think at some point we're gonna niche down and open up some more channels, but we do so much things on my channel. I'm sorry that got y'all bouncing here from there, but hey, I know everybody love R. Kelly. or hate them because they used to love them. Smash like button, subscribe to my channel. It's your boy Stacy. I'm gonna get about it here though. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Yo.